Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Alan Shroop with your weekend edition. We will review some of the top stories for this week and a few of your favorites. And we'll look at the upcoming weather for the next 5 days for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. Well, Santa hasn't performed his Christmas duties yet. Well, maybe he has for the Ephrata Police Department. Reporter Vivian Huang has the story.
The Ephrata Police Department recently received a large donation, a Hummer from the military. Police Chief Mike Warren recently told the City Council about the vehicle and how donations changed it from a surplus military vehicle to a useful tool for public relations.
Actually, we were notified by the Fort Lewis that they had some vehicles that they no longer needed and wanted to know if we would have any use for it. And so we decided that we were going to go pick it up. We painted it white thanks to Ephrata Auto Body. Sergeant Glenn Marriott actually did all the legwork on it and spoke with local businessmen, and we were able to get it painted for free, and then signs by Terry put the signs on it, the emblems on the truck for us for nothing. And then we had the actual signs on it, which is the police department signs, and that you'll see on it when you look at the video, were actually donated by a company out of Spokane. So we were able to put this together and at no cost to the department.
Chief Warren states that the Humvee will be used for parades, touch-a-truck events, as well as school events.
No, I haven't had a chance to drive it yet. Our city administrator, Wes Crago's driven it a few times. In fact, he's going to be driving it for a Miracle on Main Street. And I anticipate driving it when the weather gets a little warmer.
For iFIBER 1 News, this is Vivian Huang.
Moses Lake's City Council decided to adopt an ordinance to fine children riding bicycles without helmets. Ephrata decided to use education and give away helmets through a bike rodeo. Now Quincy is considering following Moses Lake's idea. Here with the story is Cameron Probert.
Quincy children may be required to wear a helmet next time they ride a bike. The City Council examined the first draft of a bicycle helmet ordinance, which would require any child, 16 or younger, to wear a helmet or their parents could potentially face a fine. The Quincy proposal has 3 levels of penalties. For a first offense, the child or guardian would receive a warning and be given a helmet. For a second offense, the child or guardian would need to pay $15 or attend a bicycle safety class. For a third offense, the child or guardian would need to pay $15 or show they have a helmet. Councilmember Tom Harris, who proposed the ordinance, said the goal was to educate children and their parents.
It is a way for us to contact kids in a positive way to keep them safe, keep the head injuries from happening if a kid does have a crash on a bike.
The city plans to have a public forum about the ordinance prior to the council voting on it. The date of the public forum has not been set. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We will be back after these messages with the latest from our iFIBER 1 Weather Center, sports, and more news.
Are you looking to improve your or your child's smile? At Casciati Orthodontics, we make it our mission to make braces more affordable and fun. Our business has proudly served the Columbia Basin for over 20 years, and our new conveniently located state-of-the-art facility offers a relaxing environment full of fun activities for the kids. We accept all types of insurance and have convenient payment plans available. Give us a call for a complimentary evaluation, no referral needed, or check us out on the web and make an appointment online. Looking for that authentic Philly flavor? Come down to Nia Carson's Cheesesteaks, Wings and Things and try our mouthwatering cheesesteak sandwiches, prepared fresh and served hot. Make sure to pair it up with our classic wings, ranging from sweet and tangy to hot and spicy. East meets west at Nia Carson's. We provide Moses Lake with that authentic Philadelphia taste. Bring the whole family. We promise to make them something they'll all enjoy. Nia Carson's Cheesesteaks, Wings and Things. Good service, great price, and something different.
Everyone, good to be with you. This is meteorologist Erica Rascaet at the One News Weather Center with your local weather report brought to you by Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Well, taking a look at the headlines, wind chill watch still in effect until December 7th, 10 a.m. That means throughout the day on Saturday morning, it's going to continue to wash down. In the meantime, the wind gusts will be between 20 and 35 miles per hour. So we will see a few breezy days in store for us. And tonight, finally, we are expecting clear skies and much cooler temperatures, thanks to those clear skies basically allowing that cool down overnight. And then it's going to remain cold throughout the next few days, but at least quiet conditions until at least the next work week. Let's take a look at the conditions throughout the past 24 hours across Ephrata, and boy, it definitely has been a chilly one. Highs and lows very close to each other, with highs in the mid to upper teens. We should be in the mid 30s, so definitely were temperatures well below average. At least we did remain dry, and the same goes for the Columbia Basin, where highs did reach into lower 20s, but overnight lows were slightly cooler, also reaching into the mid-teens throughout the overnight hours. So current conditions right now in the teens. It definitely is a bit chilly out there. Dew point temperatures very low. So again, we are dealing with dry conditions, and we can thank those northwesterly winds. But then throughout the next few days, we're going to continue to see some moisture increasing as the next system slowly approaches from the Pacific. So there we see that low pressure system already doing its thing, that circular motion across portions of the Pacific, and that's going to continue to drag some moisture throughout the next few days for the weekend for us here across most of Washington. But basically, that moisture is going to remain mainly to the south of us across Oregon, already seeing tons of snow there as that system continues to move onshore over the weekend and into the day on Sunday. For us here across Washington, and that goes for the inland northwest, we're expecting to remain relatively dry. Actually, abundant sunshine is what we're expecting throughout most of the weekend. So we're pretty lucky with this system because the majority of the precipitation is going to remain to the south of us, and there we see it entering the northern Rockies throughout the day on Saturday and into Sunday. Then the next system will slowly cross through Sunday into Monday, but that's going to remain a bit more for the inland northwest. Meanwhile, for us, we are expecting to remain relatively dry until at least the next work week. So what we can expect as far as Saturday, plenty of sunshine all across inland northwest in the teens. That goes for us here across the Columbia Basin, also some 20s and 30s across the Cascades. But if we take a closer look across the Columbia Basin, what we can expect as far as Saturday, plenty of sunshine, temperatures all across in the teens. We could even see that 20-degree mark throughout the afternoon. So basically, we're expecting another chilly day. You're going to want to have those jackets handy, especially throughout the morning hours, because it will continue to be breezy at times, and that's going to leave wind chill values feeling like minus 15 out there. So it's definitely going to be a bit cool. That Arctic air is still working its way in from Canada. Highs in the teens and low 20s, but then slowly we're going to continue to see those temperatures rebounding again for the next work week as the next system approaches. Highs could be a bit more average in the 20s and 30s, and the chance of precipitation for Wednesday into Thursday. That's all for now at the moment. This weather report was brought to you by Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be right back with sports.
There's something new and exciting happening right now at your nearest Toyota dealer. It's the arrival of the all-new 2014 Corolla, now featuring a new stylish exterior, plus a premium interior loaded with technology, including Toyota's N-Tune multimedia system with navigation. Corolla has definitely evolved. The best part is, right now you could take advantage of special introductory savings. The new 2014 Corolla, available at any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
Good food, cold beer, and plenty of entertainment. That's what Sporty Steakhouse is all about. Open 6 a.m. every day. We offer over 100 reasonably priced menu items with 24 different ice-cold beers on tap and a wide variety of spirits. Come in with your favorite group, watch the game on our big screen TV, shoot pool, play shuffleboard, and more. We have live music and DJs, so find us on Facebook for upcoming events. Located on East Broadway Avenue in Moses Lake. Sporty Steakhouse, where good friends meet.
Instead of waiting for robots, one group of students at Moses Lake's Columbia Basin Secondary School have built them and won a competition with them. Reporter Jeff Chu fills us in.
With robotics clearly having a future in technology by land, sea, and air, A smart squad of Columbia Basin Secondary School students are building and programming their own robots by the book. Matthew Walker, a math teacher at Columbia Basin Secondary School for 3 years, founded the school's robotics team 2 years ago. Since then, club members have become highly competitive, recently winning a regional Wenatchee competition. Walker's team is gearing up for the statewide Zilla Robot Challenge on Saturday. He recalled how his teams won in Wenatchee.
There was, I think it was 19 teams, if I remember correctly, from 8 different schools. And some of them were STEM schools, tech schools, regular schools, alternative schools like ours. We had 4 of those 19 teams that went, and 3 of them placed in the top 10. 2 of them was first and second, and overall. And then the Zilla competition. This is, I believe, their 7th year doing this, 8th year maybe, and they do 2 competitions a year, and it's statewide, so there can be anywhere from 40 to 100 plus schools, not schools, teams that go, and it's a pretty big event. There's usually around 300-400 people there.
Walker's team has members from freshmen to seniors. He says math definitely applies with his students building and programming robots.
A big part of the robots is the problem-solving aspect, which is a big part of math. If you can problem solve, you can do pretty much anything.
Brianne Green, whose team won first place at the recent Wenatchee regional competition, said she thinks other female students should join the robotics club.
I would recommend it because it's just fun, and I'm a really competitive person, and that's why I like it. And so I think girls are just afraid of being in a robot team because it is full of guys. But if you just, explore what you like, you'll find out it's really fun.
Brianne's teammate, James Glencoe, talked about his favorite part of the robotics program.
I think the ability to problem solve in a group with other people is you can work together well. It teaches you to critically think, but then also put in your input and listen to other people as you get to work with them as well.
Robotics Club member Kenneth Wicks, whose team took second place at Wenatchee, explained why he joined the club.
It's interesting because we get to learn what different, basically what different parts of the robot mean, different resistors do different things.
Kenneth's teammate, Eric Scriven, he says the competition has shown him he can overcome personal difficulties.
Well, with me being both dyslexic and colorblind, it makes doing programming and putting resistors in difficult, but just because you're dyslexic and colorblind like me isn't like a handicap that should hold you back from something that you could be phenomenal at.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We will be right back after this.
Doc, your run clock's here, but our network is down. What do you want me to do?
I just noticed. Call JL Computers. He's probably already on it.
Computer systems and networks are not only vital to doing business, they are often the key to efficiency and profitability. At JL Computers, we offer continuous monitoring of your system and provide immediate support when something goes wrong. Call today and talk to our certified technicians about your needs.
Are you worried that your home might not meet today's safety standards? Eastern Washington Home Inspection standards for home safety are among the highest in the industry. We provide the highest level of inspection service and provide a detailed report with digital photos of any structural damage or other problems that might make your home unsafe. Our head inspector, Dennis Chamberlain, along with his son Cody, are fully qualified inspectors who make your safety their priority. We inspect for your peace of mind. Call us at 509-347-6425.
A&E is working on a documentary about Evel Knievel, and their film crew used our studios to work on the project. When we posted a picture of them working in Ephrata, one iFIBER News follower told us about his memories of the famous Daredevil. Reporter Jeff Chu fills us in.
Moses Lake's Daryl Olson was just a teenager when he met the man in the early 60s who would become Evel Knievel, the legendary motorcycle jumping daredevil. Daryl became friends with the guy he first knew as Bob Knievel. They rode together with their motorcycle club until Knievel moved away after about 5 years in Moses Lake to hit the big time in the late 1960s. Daryl still has film footage he shot at age 15 of Knievel's first motorcycle track in Moses Lake.
The film that you may be able to see here was one of Evel Knievel's original racetracks that he built in Moses Lake where now stands the Moses Lake Auto Wrecking truck yard. There's no sign of the track there anymore.
Daryl described the track where he says Knievel made his first ramp-to-ramp jump on a regular street bike like those everyone else rode off-road as well. Daryl was there to witness the jump.
In my best recollection is his first jump. There's other versions where it was in Yakima, but there definitely was a jump in Moses Lake prior to his Yakima jump. And I think that was the very beginnings and start of his career as a ramp-to-ramp jumper.
Daryl remembers how Bob Knievel got his show name.
He was a member of our motorcycle club at one point. It was called the Nomads back them days.
Moses Lake?
Moses Lake. And one of the fellow club members, a fellow by the name of Barry Bales, at one of our club meetings, kind of looked at Bob and he said, "You know, you're evil," because he's always thinking up something to do. And so we started calling him Evil Knievel in our clubhouse, even though there's other descriptions of where he got the name Evil Knievel, but we never heard that from anybody until after Barry Bales said that, and then he became, at least here in Moses Lake, Evil Knievel. And where his shop is, or was, is currently the Edward Jones building there on Broadway.
He last saw Knievel when he visited friends in Moses Lake.
20 years after he'd left, he pretty much done doing most of his stunts, but he came back to Moses Lake because he still liked it here, and he had friends here. And his favorite hangout was the Porter House. And by then, I had attained the age to join him in there and have a brew. And during the conversation, he said he has something for me. And he went out to his motorhome, and he brought me back a copy of his documentary, Last of the Gladiators, which I felt very privileged to have a copy of that from him.
Daryl's brother, who now lives in Spokane, still rides the motorcycle that their father, Ralph, bought from Knievel in Moses Lake. It was a 1962 250 Matchless. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We will be right back after this.
Bud Clary Ford Honda is proud to be an automotive leader in our area. Since opening our doors over 54 years ago, we have kept a firm commitment to our customers. We offer a wide selection of vehicles and hope to make the car buying experience as quick and hassle-free as possible. You can trust that we will get you into the car or truck of your dreams. Bud Clary has an experienced and reliable service and parts department that is open extra hours to help fit our customers' hectic schedules. Come for a test drive today at 1200 South Pioneer Way. We are a proud supporter of Columbia Basin Athletics.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Reporter Jeff Chu has a fitting story for Christmas. He tells us about a Quincy student that is collecting crayons for children in need.
A senior project that would help Seattle Children's Hospital was close to the heart for Yuri Mendoza, a Quincy High School student. Her sister Yara was a leukemia patient at the hospital for 9 months, learning about her cancer on her 5th birthday, January 14th. Yuri discovered that the hospital needed crayons for the many children, such as her sister, who are treated there, and she gladly accepted the Hospital Guild's challenge to fill that need as her senior project.
I would go to Seattle and stay there, and I would see how much the hospital tries to give out for little kids and stuff, and I didn't know how else to help them out. So I just started with Carrie and stuff, and she just put me in to do work and stuff, and I think it's worth my time too. I didn't really pay much attention of it because I'd be like, oh, it's never gonna happen to us or anything. But now that it did happen, I look at it more like it could happen.
Yuri created donation boxes and placed them around Quincy businesses and at schools. Her experience with her sister and family at Seattle Children's Hospital has inspired Yuri, an honor student, to study to become a dental hygienist and eventually a nurse.
I would like to be a nurse actually at the Seattle Children's Hospital, but not continue it because I'd be in college. But I would absolutely help out if she needs my help at any time. Because I just like what happened with my sister, like it really touched me, and I think it's a good way, like, because obviously I'm never gonna forget about my sister, and I just want her to see me like a role model and like just do stuff because of her. So yeah, I like nursing too.
She said it will be an emotional experience when she presents the crayons to the Seattle hospital.
I think I'm gonna cry because when we were over there, I would like always like look at the little kids and stuff, and they like there was like this lady that would pass by like a program or whatever, and they would like give them like color crayons. So I saw how like they really needed color crayons because they would only hand out like 3 color crayons or something. So I think it's a way of like taking more to them now.
Carrie Horning, a Quincy co-founder of the Pearly White Junior Fundraising Guild, acted as Yuri's mentor for her senior project. Carrie's nonprofit organization has raised money for Seattle Children's Hospital over the years, and she says she is happy about the support the Crayon Project received. Carrie said she believes they will collect up to 12,000 crayons. They plan to deliver them to Seattle Children's Hospital by Christmas. Crayon donations can be made to Quincy High School, where a box can be found in the Teacher's Lounge. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
It's a very touching gesture. And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching. We'll see you again next week.